quick. Hold on.
Yes.
I wanted to do this, record it right away because I wanted to say, as much as I love you, Cody, I on record, we did a cast estimate and we had to guess everyone's placement, and I did guess you as the first juror. So
Woo!
not to do my own horn, but toot.
I'm
But
so proud of
well,
you.
thank you. Welcome to the next BB Disney After Show All-Star interview. We are here with the one and only Cody, one of my personal faves. So, Cody, how are you feeling today?
I feel great.
That's good. I know you were just saying that you feel good. My first question I like to ask everyone is, what do you think happened? Why are you sitting here with us?
Um, I think I just wasn't as strategically connected as other people were. I don't know if it was that or just like people saw me as a threat, and I really don't think it was that. I think it was just like I wasn't close with Jen or Robertoria and people like that. So like I think that they were just like, let's get rid of Cody. And then there was no real pushback against it, is kind of my guess. But because Sierra's with me, I really have no idea how true my thoughts are. Because she doesn't know how true they are.
Yeah, so you were evicted 8-0 on live night.
Thanks for
Who
the
do you
reminder.
sorry, I just gotta do my job. Whose vote were you most shocked about? And I know it was live night, so I know you didn't really have a chance to beg people or campaign, but who were you shocked about? Whose vote were you like, okay, I know I have, I don't have to worry about. And then all of a sudden you were like, oh shit, I don't even have their vote.
Honestly, Jeremy's. Like I know it
Mm-hmm.
was self-preservation, so I'm not even like upset about it. It was just one of those things where it was like, I think that another thing that probably hurt was I really didn't get to campaign, whereas other people were already kind of like preparing for that, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that also didn't super help me, but like, because like, there were 7 minutes with like, oh, who's going to be the renom? And in that time, like everyone that was a nominee could already make their rounds. I couldn't.
Yeah. So one thing I love to make fun of you for is your interesting game moves that you made in Tomorrowland.
Thank you.
So even though you didn't make it as far, I still can probably count as many moves. No, I'm just kidding. But
I was
let's
gonna
talk
say, I don't
about
think I did anything
no,
crazy this time.
well, I didn't say that. So let's talk about the first eviction where you don't even just sacrifice your vote by voting up for the other side, but you tell everybody about that. What was your strategy going into that? Why did you call it a crazy move and then just tell everyone about it?
I mean, I didn't want to throw Liz under the bus, just because I knew she was an ally for me, and I knew if I did that, I was gonna lose her. So that was more or less the main reason for that part. Um, Hindsight, I don't really regret making the move, but like if that's why people are threatened, it's like, oh no, like I take risks. How dare I? You know what I mean?
Mhm. So let's talk about that because I feel like that vote was always still a split vote, which kind of like tore the sides between everyone. But your vote, because it was well, no, you voted for Justin. So do you think were you trying to attract yourself to more of those people on that kept Lake in the game?
Oh, definitely. They were trying to talk to me more than, like Marcelo and Buckley and Jen and people like that. Like I really had minimal relationship with them because they didn't
Mhm.
super make an effort with me.
Gotcha. And let's talk about the alliances that you were in. You were in the duo with Jeremy, you were in the Avengers. You even had your like We Build a Snowman alliance. Where which one of those alliances were that you most loyal to? Like who were you sticking with to the end no matter what?
The Avengers minus Rose.
Okay, so that was you. That was you, Jill, Lake, Jeremy,
Karen.
Karen. Okay. What happened to that? Well, first of all, why did you say minus Rose?
I know that she was in everyone's cookie jar and I knew she wasn't in mine.
All right. And why do you think the Avengers didn't really stick? Because um a lot of those well, I don't know how many several of those people were voting tonight. Or the night you got evicted, I should say.
Tonight, like 5 nights ago. um,
Listen, I'm a little behind. Blame someone.
I think it was just like I mean, honestly, like I think that people just felt better with Jill because Jill was the one that was like, "Hey, I like this group, let's do it." And I think part of it may have even just been like people been like, "Oh, I don't even know if Cody's like necessarily like in this group kind of thing." Which, if that's actually the case, I would say surprising considering I was literally targeting Robertoria for rounds, and Robertoria was not in that group. So like, shrug there. I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's kind of like the blind side where everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, like, how dare you not tell me that you were voting me out? And I'm just like, well, no one had time to tell me. So I'm basically having to put the pieces together afterwards as opposed to while I'm still in the game.
Gotcha. So, let's talk about your past votes. So before you went 2 rounds, Liz went home, but you were kind of fighting for Liz to stay. You wanted Robert Victoria out over her. Then the next round, you were very trying to have Julia to stay, but then you realized nobody that people were not doing that. Were any of those cues that there might be bigger groups, or there was just plans that were obviously that were being made without you? Do you think that could have been a thing?
I mean, obviously, I think the Liz vote, like that one's just kind of hard to do in general because, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, like that whole thing happens.
Hmm. Yeah.
And like the Julia vote is like, I definitely was gonna vote to save her, and then as soon as her speech was basically like, yeah, I know I'm going, and she like basically threw in the towel. It's like I'm just gonna throw my vote your way at this point. Because like if you're not fighting and you know you're done, like you know that you don't have the numbers because you've already been told this, whereas I still haven't been told this. So like I think that that was also part of it, and that's where I was like, Cody needs this, and that's why I tried to throw live night veto to like Jill and Sierra because if one of those two win, I don't go on the block.
Did you think you were going on the block with Jen as Darina?
I knew there was a very strong chance
Hmm.
because we didn't get on the same page like she was saying she wanted to, and she wasn't actually making the effort with me there. Um, in all honesty, I'm kind of surprised I didn't go up on the block as an initial nom. So I was like, "Hey, let's go!" And then when Lake won, I was like, "Well, I'm probably going up because it would. I think most likely we're like me or Buckley, and I don't think
Hmm.
it's Buckley.
Did you think you were going home or no?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. When it was 8-0, I was like, "Oh, I should be fine," because absolute worst case, it's 7-1 to evict me.
So you thought you were staying.
I mean, when it was 8-0, but I had like like a feeling in the back of my head where it's like there's a good chance that they just take the shot because like I did not really like I campaigned for half the time as everyone else on the block at that point.
Yeah, I this is why I don't stay on camera because I'm yawning 100 times. So I'm not the prettiest yawner. So who
I
did
forgive you.
who thank you. Who did you think was going? Like did you think it was Sierra? Did you think it was Farrell?
I mean, I pushed Sierra because I thought it was the easiest push.
Hmm.
So then it was like down to me and Sierra, and it was like by a vote of 8-0, I was like, maybe there's hope, but like I still wasn't like crazy optimistic by any means. I was kind of just like, okay, cool, bye. Unceremoniously voted out.
So unfortunately, you were one of the few people that was evicted with your Club 33 power, I believe. Do you regret not playing it at all? Do you think it could have helped you if you used it a certain way?
Yeah. I mean, I was like really close to just throwing up Robertoria that round, and that probably would have given some people reason to keep me and some people reason to vote me out more. So like it's a literal crapshoot at that point. Because if they were voting me out because I haven't used my power, there were also other people on the block that have not used their power. So I feel like there was also like it's like a lot more complicated than just one thing.
Yeah. Were you saving it for the last round, or you just never felt like there was a time for you to find it?
I was I was honestly kind of just waiting to use it on Jen because it was the easy play. Like
Hmm.
I have no idea what happened with nomination ceremony, but I can say with fair certainty that people like Jen, Robert Toria hit the block like right away from people, and I'm sure that they fired back at like potentially like jail or someone like that. So like I think it was just like me trying to wait for the shit show to happen the next round because I don't think I would have been like one of the first people that got fired at, but one of the later ones.
So you are evicted and you are the first member of the jury. Are you,
Woo!
yes. How are we as the first member of the jury? Are we somebody who is just gonna say hi to everyone they walk in and let them do their choose what they want to do? Are you gonna be influential at all? How are you as a juror?
I just want the best person to win. Like
Mhm.
that's how I was in season 7. That's how I always try to be on the jury
Season
unless
7.
like unless there's someone that just like blatantly doesn't deserve it, like, in season 7. But like I try to vote for the person that I think is like the most deserving of the game, and like especially in like an All-Stars game is like I'm not looking for like the best story or the best redemption arc. I'm just like who played the best, who deserves to win. And I mean honestly, like there's people where it's like if they make it to the end, they have a better chance of having my vote than not.
Yeah, well let's talk about these questions because as you know, Sarah has reached the jury house with you. But and you might have seen the nominees that I posted already. But
I did
who do
not.
you no well, I don't look at it. I'll show you
No.
who do you real quick, who do you think is the next person evicted from the who do you think is gonna be the next person evicted?
Jen.
Okay. And who would you like to see be the next person evicted?
I mean, honestly, if people are wanting to take shots, it would be crazy. Like, I don't know if I'd say crazy, but like, if it would be crazy to see someone like that's in a lot of people's pockets, like that goes home. So like potentially like a Farrell, like Robertoria, or Rose. I think that after last round, though, I think that it's like more likely than not that something crazy could happen. So it's like you never really know. But like the boring move would be Jen going.
Okay, well, real quick, Keaton, so Rose and Karen both used their thing on John F. So John F is nominated, and Keaton nominated Rose and Jill. So John F, Jill, and Rose are the nominees. Okay, next
Wow,
question.
I'm so good at having a read on this game after a week of not being in it.
Okay,
Woo!
yeah. Um,
Well, like the thing is, like I assume that someone puts up Jen instead of like I know Keaton doesn't. You know what I mean? Well, you can't
if
respond, but
okay,
yes.
yes, so that is correct. So who do you want to win this game?
Honestly, I kind of want Jeremy to win just so I can say I told you so. Because like I said it like honestly, like, do I take Jeremy to the end if I feel like losing? And like I think a lot of people have to actually realize that because it's like with me cutting Jeremy versus if I don't, it's like 75% chance I cut them. But like
Mm.
I don't think people are actually thinking about winning. I think they're thinking about making it to the end, but I don't know if everyone's thinking about like how do I win this game?
Who are these people? Who are we calling out?
Honestly, just I mean, I'm gonna be real. Like I think that there's some people that just don't win unless they change, like Buckley and his paranoia, because that was a whole episode with his HOH. Um, I think Jen has to change perspective that people have of her. I think Robert Torre just has to get out of being the penultimate like target
Mm-hmm.
because like it's super cool if they make it to the end, but like if they don't have these social connections, like can't win a jury vote.
Um, and then who do you think will win?
I mean, honestly, at this point, I think the best bets are Jill or Jeremy.
Jill or Jeremy? Awesome. Um, and then like I guess like I kind of already asked this, but like are you I guess you're not gonna go in as a better juror at all. It's all about who you think played the best game.
I never try to go in as a bitter juror.
Hmm.
Sometimes season 7 happens, but like it's for a more legitimate reason than like you lied to me. Because like if I'm going
Yeah.
based off of like you didn't tell me I was going home, like I'd be mad at 9 people, oh, 8 people.
And
Who
then
cares? You know what I mean?
right. Yeah. But like you would have voted for me over anyone, correct? Like even over Jeremy, right?
No.
Mm, I don't. I honestly don't blame you. I probably actually would have voted for you over Jeremy, but that's
I would have voted for you over most people, but like with Jeremy just getting to the end, it's like in that season, it was like,
they are really
come on.
good. But okay, Cody, well, that's all the questions I have. But I always like to say any final words or anything you would like to talk about your BB Disney All-Star experience.
I'm gonna wait for you to be like, and you can go back in the game, and for me to be like, I don't want to.
Well, the twist is that you are going
No.
back into the game and you are paired with somebody from your original season. So Haley, come on out. No, I'm
Ugh,
just kidding.
gross.
But
I shouldn't say
um
that. Cut that
yeah,
out.
whatever. Shit happens.
Honestly,
So
Cody and Sierra would be like the least admirable duo to ever go back into the game.
can I call you guys Kodera?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's better than Sodi.
I like Sodi.
I like Kodera.
I mean,
But
they're both good, but either way, it's like no
well, I'm gonna be
one.
real, it's not happening. So
I'm totally okay with that.
yeah. Okay, so I was that your
If
last
anything,
words?
yeah, if anything, I'm just waiting for people to come and being like, "Oh, my friends lied to me," and I'll be like, "LOL, same." And like,
We do love a
it's
good
the
jerk.
game.
Yeah, we love people tasting their own medicine. Well, if that's your final words then I will end the recording. Thank you, Cody, so much for
Yeah.
everything that you do.